Hi, this is John Walker with Elementum. Today I'm going to demo a use case associated with collecting data for a due diligence questionnaire. This is a common practice for PE firms when they're investigating the possibility of making an investment in another company. Now, you can see this due diligence questionnaire has a lot of data collection elements in it, and it's an extremely manual process by which to collect all this information. We're streamlining the collection of this information by turning this into an actual business process. What you're seeing on the screen here is the process by which an analyst and members of the team would go through to collect this information. So on this first stage, they're going to be collecting company information and then ultimately advancing it through to the financial collection of that information. And at this financial step, we're going to be automating some of the collection of that information by using our API call to that third-party data collection system. And we're just going to keep on going down the road of collecting the information associated with that particular area of the business. Now here's our UI of the Elementum app where you can perform data entry, but also use AI to help synthesize data that you may need to upload. So in this case, I'm uploading a pitch deck into the Elementum platform, and we're calling an LLM to read that information and ultimately summarize it for us in a manner much faster than a human could ever do. You can see that the document that I'm uploading is this right here, and it's about 180 pages long. And I just need to pull out some key pieces of information. And you can see I uploaded that document, and now our LLM has gone ahead and pulled out and summarized the information based on the prompt that I gave it. So now you can see that information right on the screen. Now, as I go to the next stage, again, I'm calling an API that's going to reach out to your data provider, and it's going to go ahead and update the information on the screen with the results of that API call. I'm also infusing an approval process in the loop. So, as we've reached this financial stage of the process, we may need to bring in an outside approver to say, hey, do we want this deal to go forward? Yes or no? And if I approve it, then the application will automatically advance it to this next stage in the process. Now, as a manager that might need to be in the loop and understand what's going on, as far as how many deals do we have in progress, we do have an operational dashboard that we built for this app that gives me insight into the number of deals and where they are in the process. And then lastly, how did we build this is all via automations. So, the example I showed was getting that external financial data from, let's say, a third-party data provider. This is how I set that up within our automations capability. If I click on Get External Finance Data, you can see I'm calling that API, and I'm bringing that data back into the application. And in that same automation is where I'm starting that approval process as well. And we have any number of automated actions that you can take on a workflow. We can infuse logic, we can loop through records, we can perform calculations, and we can also call LLMs and infuse AI in the process of this data collection exercise. So hopefully this was a quick and useful example of how we can help automate data collection for the due diligence questionnaire process in your company. Thank you.